Hello, this is Rowan from Optimized Effects. Welcome to the Super Scalper 2D Plus tutorial. This is just a basic tutorial to help you all out in the usage of this. It's auto/manual robot that you can use with MT4. So it works on the 5-minute time frame and the 15-minute time frame. And this is the website for the actual EA that you can have a look at. It is quite a long front page. There are a lot of things to have a look at here, but if you've already got it, you've probably already seen this or had a look. But essentially, how it works is if it's set up as a scalper. So you look for win-loss ratios over 80%, and you can either let it trade for you automatically using like its calculated settings, or you can set your own settings. Now it does have a filter on trend, and you can filter via time as well, so you can let it trade between certain times. Now, without further ado, you can have a look at this website yourself. It's just fxsdplus.com. You can go to there and have a look. But let's have a look at what I've set up here. So we're not doing that yet. But what you'd like to do, if you've never used MetaTrader before, I suppose you'd want to know how to get the EA into MetaTrader 4. So I'll just quickly do that with you now. I've already put it in, but we can just go through it. So what you first need to do is go to File, and then File, Open Data Folder. And the data folder is the folder that MT4 uses for all of its programs. So all you want to do is go to File, Experts, and then copy paste your Scalper D Plus file into Experts, and that's all you need to do there. So once you've done that, if it hasn't popped up here, you can either close the terminal, open it back up, or you can hit refresh and it will pop up here as it's refreshed all its list. Now the first thing you probably want to do is go to Tools, if you haven't already done this, that is, Options, Expert Advisors, and click on Allow DLL Imports and Allow Automated Trading. So you want to click on that, and these come up automatically as selected. So that's all you need to do. All you need to do there. Now to put this onto a chart, this is one that's already set up. I've set it up already, just so you can have a quick look. But what we're going to do is open up a new chart. Now when you open up charts, as a default on MetaTrader 4, they open up on the H1 time frame as a default. So I've opened GU and UJ as default on the H1 time frame. So if we drop Scalper D Plus onto there, we want to allow it to live trade, and you want to allow DLL imports and allow import of external experts. I've got all that set. You want to allow long and short positions and alerts if you want. There's nothing really you need to do in inputs here, and you already probably don't need to know anything about dependencies. It's just using kernel 32 to grab some time information, and then you just hit OK. Now what you've noticed here is that we have a smiley face, and which is what you want. It means the EA is enabled. However, where is it? Now the only reason why you can't see it is because it only trades on the 5-minute time frame and the 15-minute time frame. So what you want to do is just click on the M15 time frame here, and there we have it. It will pop up. So it is here now. Now there are 4 buttons here that we can play with. The first one you want to click on is Trade, and that brings up the trading box. This is where you'll do most of your trading. And then the next one that is very important is we want to hit the Win-Loss button, which is next to the Trade button. And we can see here that GU has a win-loss ratio, and I think this is over the past 100 trades or 50 trades. I'm not exactly sure. We can have a look at the website. But it calculates the win-loss ratio over the past amount of trades that it has done, and it gives you that figure here. So what you're looking for is a win-loss ratio of anything over 80%. That's what you want to look for. So the next button, we'll go through all these buttons first though. The next button is the filter button. So this is a trend filter. So if we hit the trend filter button, we can see here that we have a trend indicator that has come up down the bottom here. We've got blue for buys and red for sells. It's pretty simple, really. So if you have a signal that's come through that is a buy whilst this filter is activated, so if I hit activate now, it doesn't do anything. This will only work if you have it to trade automatically, and we'll get to that in a minute. But essentially it will only take buy positions if this is activated, if this is blue here. So it'll only take buys here. It wouldn't take this sell, wouldn't have taken this sell, it would have taken this buy, it would have taken this buy, and it would have taken this buy. But none of these sells within this blue area here. But down here it would have taken this sell and it would have taken this sell here, because that is the filter. It wouldn't have taken buys. Now it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. I don't find it very accurate, but because you would have missed out on this huge move up. That's 127 pips right there. Because it's up to you whether you want to use the trend filter or not. And the next one we have is you can select a time period where you want the EA to trade from and to. So time start and time end. It's pretty self-explanatory there. If you want to start it at midnight GMT and then trade it for 1 hour, you can do that. But I don't use that myself, and I don't use the filter. So what you want to do is, it's up to you whether you want to use the 15-minute time frame or the 5-minute time frame. I find the signals are a bit better on the 15 because it is a higher time frame, but 5 minutes is really good for scalping. So let's drag it onto UJ, and as we can see, we get the same thing here. We don't need to do anything now to hit OK. You're just going to make sure that automated trading is on. And because it's not there, as we know, we need to click on M5 and that will pop up. And the first thing you do is you open the trade and the win-loss ratio. Now, as we can see here, UJ has a win-loss ratio of 60%, which is not real good. So if we change it to M15, and you do need to reopen these windows, it's a bit of a pain, it's still 60%. So we wouldn't look at trading UJ until this parameter here gets higher. Now what happens if we hit the trend filter? Okay, so it goes up to 70%. So as you can see here, the ratio has gone up from 60 to 70% if we apply the filter, but still it's not good enough. So we'll get that. We'll get rid of that. Okay, we'll have a look at, we'll use 77, and I've already got it on Euro USD because that is one of the main pairs, and we have a win-loss ratio of 83%. So we can certainly look at trading this one, or this pair. So I'll remove the time frame and I'll just activate the filter just to see if anything happens. Will it come up? Yes, so it's saying it's only going to look at buys, no sells in this market at the moment. I'll turn that back off and close the filter. And for some reason it's not going away. Yeah, okay, it's a bit slow. Yes, so let's have a look at this main panel, this main trading panel. Now the good thing about this is that you can move it anywhere you like. You can put it down here, you can put it over, way over here somewhere, if I can grab it. Yep, moves over here, moves around. Now I find that my terminal is playing up a bit here, it freezes a bit. I'm not sure what's going on there. But we have the parameters here, which is very simply a take profit, a stop loss, a break even, trailing start, trailing level, close opposite signal. You can choose to trade 2 lots. You've got a buy and a sell, your lot size or your trading size, and then you've got these 2 auto buttons. So I guess we'll go from the top down. So take profit is whatever you want to choose, stop loss is whatever you want to choose. This enables break even, this enables trailing stop loss. By default they are not enabled, and you've got all these things down the bottom here. So if you have close opposite signal engaged, that means it will, if it goes into a trade, say So we go into a buy here. It will stay in this trade until it gets the opposite signal, and it will close out then and then take the sell. So it will go buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, but it will only do it 5 times, I believe, and then it will stop trading. So if you have this off, it will then keep going until it either hits its take profit, its stop loss, or it'll hit the trailing stop as it moves up. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Lot times 2 just means it trades double. So you turn that off. So if you want to do a 0.2 lot trade, you just have this one on. But I don't use that. So, and by default, it uses 0.1 lot trades. Now let's have a look at these 2 bottom buttons. So the first one is Auto C, which means auto calculate. So if I hit this button, it'll calculate the stop loss and the take profit automatically, and it will calculate the break even, trailing start and trailing level automatically as well, and it will usually engage a trailing stop loss. So let's click this button and we'll see what happens. Bingo. So as we can see, it moved the take profit and the stop loss from 10 to 21 and 20 to 26. Or 30 to 26, I'm not sure what the default was there. So it auto calculates the take profit stop loss, and it didn't engage trailing stop loss in that case, and it's really hard to see on this monitor if break even is engaged or not. And then it will start automatically trading with these variables here. So we'll turn this one off, which I can't see, and we'll put this back to 30 and 10. Okay. So if you wanted to trade automatically, all you need to do, and if you don't have your own predefined take profit, stop loss, break even, trailing start or trailing level values, you'll just hit Auto C, and it will do it for you, based on I think based on the percentage of win-loss ratios or how the market is. It'll just automatically calculate it for you. Now, to change these values back, if you want to change them, at the moment I can't click in there because it is set to auto calculate. So you need to turn that off first, but I still can't click in here. Why is that? And that's because I need to click on Auto M, and then I can click in here and change this. Okay, and we turn that back off. It's very weird that you have to actually click on Auto M to change the values. You don't want it to trade whilst you're training things. But that's just how it is. So if you have, say if you want to take profit of, say, 50 and a stop loss of 60, you can certainly do that. And then you just, if you want it to trade those values automatically, you just hit Auto M and it will go for you. Now, I'd like to show you some real trades. So what I might do is I'll let it do its thing, and I'll speed the video up, or I'll cut the bit out until it starts placing the trade. It'll come up with an alert, and it will then place a trade. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably go down to the 5-minute time frame because it will be a bit quicker. So I'll go down to 5 minutes. Trade, win-loss ratio. We have 77. It doesn't really matter too much because this is just a demo. And we'll hit auto calculate, and at the moment it's going to trade 0.1 lots on the next signal. So I'll be back with you after it's done that, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, and we are back. So as you can see here, when a signal gets fired, you usually get an alert box, as you can see there. So I've had three alerts, sorry. We've got one for buy Euro USD, one for buy US30, and one for sell US30. Now, it can trade, from what I can see, it can trade most indices, most products. It can trade gold, it can trade silver, it can trade US30. However, if you're a new trader, do not trade US30 and do not trade gold. They are highly volatile instruments and they are not recommended for new traders. Now, the other thing that you probably noticed here is that in terms of gold and US30, that the take profit and the stop loss values are quite high. But in essence, they're actually really not. And if you can see here, we've got one really good loss, not loss, but like a short trade that bagged 2,894 pips. But it's actually not pips, it's points. So, and that's why you see a whole heap of trades going on here. It's because it's a little bit, it doesn't know that that gold has a different way of how it calculates. So if you hit Auto C, you can see here take profit is 290 and 163, but if you've got like AUD USD, take profit is 11 and 18. Now the reason being is that gold, it's in, or I could be wrong here, but gold it's in points. So it's actually 29, like a take profit of 29 pips and a stop loss of 16, but not 163. So, and I can show you that easily by, we'll just do a quick, well it's a bit hard to see kind of here what's going to be correct or not, but we can see here that gold's actually pretty much ranging, but just to show you, let's do a buy, and we can see here where these levels are. So if I'm buying a 0.01 lot, and I change it from 0.1 to 0.01 just to show you, but if I bought here, it put a stop loss at a negative $1.63 and a take profit at $2.90. So, but if I close this trade out, let's hit OK here. If I close this trade out, hit Auto M, and do 10 and 30, and I hit, let's do sell. See how the take profit and the stop loss didn't get set? And that's because these figures are not big enough for it. So if I do 100 and 300 and I do sell, we can see that that's better. So it's going to make $1 and lose 3 based on this lot size. And that's because it discalculates differently with gold and this. So that's one thing to note. The other thing is US30. It is exactly the same as well as gold. So we can see here, I think it's loss, well it's trades. It did do the US30 trade actually. I lost 57 cents and it done those 2 gold ones that I did as well, the ones that I showed you. So if we zoom in on US30, there's not much really going on here. You would have caught this really big move. That would have been amazing, at 39 pips. But if I hit, at the moment it's saying to do a sell, so we'll do a sell. So we can see here that the stop loss is really, really tight. And it's probably too tight, so we'll lose 57 cents. But if it were to go in our favor, we would get $3.15. And this is where auto calculate may not be the best for US30 or for gold or for anything really. It's up to you whether you want to use it or not. That is entirely up to you. But it is there if you're not sure. So, as we can see here, you know, if you did take this this sell, and you have it set on close opposite signal, you would have had all this drawdown here, but you would be in profit probably right now or break even. So it's up to you. They do recommend in the instructions to have a break even of 7 at least if you're going to be scalping, but that is pretty much it. So that is the tutorial. That sums up the tutorial on how to use Scalper D+. If you have any questions, please, or any tips, please comment below. But thank you for watching. If you'd also want to see more tutorials on other manual auto robots, please get in touch with me at optimizefx@gmail.com. If you'd like to join our Discord, the links and the Discord and the Telegram, the links are below. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial valuable in how to use Scalper D+. I know it can be a profitable tool. If you use correctly, you can certainly put other indicators on here. You can do other trending indicators. You can chuck all your own stuff on here and then use Scalper D+ as a manual tool that can set your take profit and stop loss for you, and then look after the trade after you're done. So you can walk away and know that it is being looked after. That's a really handy tool to have. It's kind of, you use it manually if you can have more confirmations kind of thing. So for instance, say this is a sell signal and it lines up with all your other confirmations that you may have in your manual strategy. By all means, go for a sell. If you want to sell from here and not have close opposite signal enabled, and it will hit your take profit all the way down here kind of thing. You could look for all this, which is like what, 47 pips, rather than hitting 10 pips, something like that. So it's up to you how you want to use it, but I've seen that people have used it and have profited from this tool, so it is very useful. And that is it from me. All the best in your trading, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Look out for plenty more as well. All the best from me, Rowan, at Optimize Effects. Have a good day. Bye bye.